Hey team, welcome back to another episode of Ask Top, sponsored by MentorMilitary.com. Hope everybody's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about Army counseling software. We're going to do a comparison between Counselor and Counsel Quick. Before we get started though, I want to let you know that I helped develop these products, but I'm going to take you through each feature and let you see for yourself how they function and what their capabilities are. Then you make your decision based on what is best for you. With that stated, let's go ahead and jump in. So we're going to go ahead and go through the features, and then I'm going to do a demonstration and show you exactly how each one operates. So cost is a big, thing and a consideration. So it's about $40 per volume of Counsel Quick, so $120 for all 3 volumes, $245 for counseling. About 30 counselings per volume in Counsel Quick, 250 roughly in Counselor. You have a minimum notes capability and a comprehensive one in Counselor. Continuation of counseling is unautomated in Counsel Quick and automated in Counselor. I'll show you that a little later. Plans of action are minimum in Counsel Quick and extensive in Counselor. Leader responsibilities and assessments are extensive in Counselor. They both support PDFs. Word document support is in Counsel Quick. They both support electronic signatures, email support for Counsel Quick, email and phone support for Counselor. Counseling tracker is in Counsel Quick, and Counselor doesn't have one of those because it has a counseling and soldier database that does an expanded function. They both have references that pertain to the counselings that are within their specific programs. Both have blank forms. Counseling status is only shown in Counselor in the report section. Search database is only shown in Counselor. Reports, there is 1 report available in Counsel Quick and I believe 5 in Counselor. Automatic overflow for the continuation of counsel or continuation of counseling form is not available in Counsel Quick. It's a manual requirement, but in Counselor, it automatically fills out that continuation of counseling when there's an overflow. And Counselor provides mentoring advice from a panel of subject matter experts from First Sergeant through 06 of what they thought would work best in counseling for specific situations. It also provides questions before, during, and after what you should be thinking about as you counsel this soldier, and Counselor has extensive regulation extracts. So let's take a look at the programs. Counselor is on your right, and Counsel Quick Volume 1. Again, they all function the same. The only difference is the counseling statements contained within them. So here are the categories with the counseling statements for those categories listed underneath of them. They all have blank forms. Counsel Quick contains Word documents. Counselor does not. Here's your reference section. Your notes section, where you can take any notes you want. The counseling tracker section, which shows what counselings and information about your soldiers. And you can generate a report on that. And here's the simple report that it generates. Let's go back to counselings for a second and take a look at Invalid Family Care Plan. So we get some notes, regulation, when should they counsel, some basic counseling information, some basic actions, plans of actions that are samples, examples that get you started with what they should look like in your document. Same thing with assessments. Now, these are the things that you have to sit down, think through, make up your mind, and decide how to structure your plan of action, assessments, and leader responsibilities. Here is a portion of extracts from AR 600-20 about this particular counseling. We have it in PDF and in Word. We're going to go ahead and open it up in PDF. As you notice, it's a basic counseling form. It's got basic information in it. It's professional. It can be modified any way you want to modify it. Now, there is no plan of action. You have to go back and review your examples and come up with your own plan of action. Same thing with assessments. So let's take a look at Counselor. The first tab you have is soldiers. So with your Soldiers tab, you can select your soldier and you can change their status. See how this soldier is flagged overweight and revoked privileges? You can come here and select different statuses, even provide one that's not listed. This shows you all the counseling statements the soldier has had and what their status is. These are notes the squad leader or leader has taken about the soldier. Notice they got a pat on the back for doing a great job with the first sergeant. Oh, and they were also late for work. So gives you a quick overview of your soldiers. Counselings. Here we have all the categories of counselings. So you select your category and you get the counseling statements based under that category. So let's say we're going to look at the same counseling, family care plan. If I could spell right. So here's a family care plan invalid. Your mentoring advice comes up first. Here's the regulations. Here's some event-specific questions you should be asking before, during, and after the counseling. Here's the extensive extracts about the information you need to know on this subject matter. So once you've done that, you would open up your counseling template, select your soldier. Now, if you notice this red piece right here, it says there's too much information in this block to fit on the counseling form. So it will automatically overflow it to a continuation of counseling. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to come to the plan of action and show you. Remember on the other one, there was no plan of action. You had to look at the examples in the notes section and figure out your plan of action. Here, we give you a list of actions you could consider taking, and everything in Counsel Quick and Counselor can be modified any way you want it modified so that the document becomes both professional, personal, and legally sufficient. So we're just going to keep adding these, see if we can get this section to overflow. And yes, see the red, we were able to do that. So now we're going to do leader responsibilities. I'm just going to fill this whole form up to show you what a full report looks like. And we're going to come down and do some assessments, even though the assessments would be done at a later date. So now we've got our document put together. We're ready to export it. Call this test 32, and we're going to save it. We're going to export our continuation form. Oops. So now we have a counseling statement and a continuation of counseling. Let me see if I can show you the comparison of these two forms. So here's the basic counseling on the left from Counsel Quick. Here's the extensive counseling on the right from Counselor. You notice there's more information contained in the key points of discussion here. That's because this one doesn't have a continuation of counseling. Now you can go in and manually generate that continuation of counseling so that you can put more data in that discussion block. But you notice it says see continuation of counseling. Same thing in the plan of action. See, we have leader responsibilities and we have assessments. So then what we would do is bring over the continuation of counseling. So you notice this is the information that overflowed from the key points of discussion, and here's the plan of action, and then you have the signature capability. So let's take a look at reports. So here we can generate 5 different reports. Let's do the show all, and we're going to generate that report. Here's an example of that report showing all the statuses, the dates, and what it was, what the counseling was for. We have all of our references as they pertain to the counseling statements in Counselor. We gave you 2 resources for ASTOP and Army Counsel Online for questions about counseling. We have a help section for your soldiers tab, your counseling tab, reports, and references. Let's go back to counselings for a second. Let's pick a counseling that, let's see, substance abuse. Let's look at use of another person's prescriptions. So you notice here, the mentoring advice has all the regulations again, and here's the information that we came up with from our subject matter expert panel. Gives you examples, all types of things to consider, questions, and again, your extracts. So I've walked you through both Counsel Quick and Counselor. And I've shown you the capabilities of each side by side. So basically, you know, price is a big consideration, capabilities is a consideration. How often are you going to use this? How many soldiers do you have? What type of content do you need? Do you need the basic format or the extensive format? Counselor offers the mentoring and the questions from the panel of subject matter experts and extensive extracts. Only you can decide which version is appropriate for you. So I hope that we provided some value today and that you have seen some capabilities of these 2 products and that they will be valuable to you in the future. So please, if you got some value from this presentation today, please hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook at ASTOP Mentor Military and our YouTube channel, Mentor Military. Leave us some comments. You know, give us a like button. And visit us at mentormilitary.com. That's where you'll find these professional development products. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of ASTOP. Hey, give us your ideas of what type of presentations you'd like to see, and we will go out, do the work, and bring them back to you and present you a professional presentation based on our research. With that said, stay safe and stay healthy.